Hello and thank you for joining me for another wonderful video of coding. This might be the 20th time I make this video, but hey, we're in this together. Alright, so far in Dart we've learned how to make strings, numbers, booleans. We've talked about arithmetic operators and we talked about equality and relational operators. In today's video we're going to discuss loops, and what we're going to discuss in particular is for loops and do while loops. The first one we use oftentimes as programmers, the do while not so much, but we'll still go over it. So anytime you see yourself doing something repetitively, so in this case I'm going to copy this and I'm going to control print. So anytime you have a list of repeated things and they are in some fashion subsequent, let's say, you can create a loop. So in this case I am having to create numbers. I'm listing my numbers from 1 to 10. So let's say print 9, and just to finalize it, print 10. So now if I run this, it'll give me a nice output to my console of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, a lot of typing. It took me about a good minute to get all that down. Instead of doing that, we can do a simple for loop. And the basic premise of a for loop is you have the keyword for, right? And then in here you have a statement that needs to be evaluated. And if this statement is true and all the parameters meet, then whatever is in here will be done. So this operation will run. Okay. So I'm going to delete this and give you an example of what I mean by recreating this list over here. So the first thing you have to do is you have to instantiate what you are evaluating. So in this case, I am instantiating the int I, and I'm going to set it to 0. Right? So we have a number, we're starting at 0. As long as 0 is less than 11, what I'm going to do is then I'm going to do plus plus, right? So we have an integer that's set to 0. If this integer, the value of this integer is less than 11, it'll continue to do what we have in here. When that is done, it will increase the value of I by 1. Okay, so here we go. So in here, what we're going to do is we're going to simply print the value of I. So I'm going to hit run, and now what I should get is the same exact thing. And just to show you that it is working, I'm going to do 12, hit run, because you might have thought maybe I did a little trick. And there we go, we got 11. So just to recap, we have our I that's worth, the value is 0. Is 0 less than 12? Yes. So we're going to print the value 0, and then we're going to go plus plus, which gives it the value of 1. So now, is 1 less than 12? Yes. So we print. And so on and so on, this loop goes. So this is kind of the beginning, this is the intermediary, and this is our end, so to speak, because this is what gets evaluated. Once this is 12, 12 is no longer less than 12, and so we don't print anything up. So that's a for loop. It's a very defined loop. You see it often used in programming. The other kind of loop, I'm going to comment this out just so we have space in our console to view, is a do while. And the do while kind of goes like this. We have do this, whatever this is, print this, and then we'll do that while a statement is true, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an int. I'm going to call it b, and it's going to equal, I don't know, 20. And then in here, I want to do what we call string extrapolation, and that's the value of b in there. And then I'm going to do b. We're going to decrement, and so while b is greater than 10, we'll continue to do this. Ready? So again, we have b, the value of b is 20. So it's going to print 20, then decrement it, and then evaluate, and go that way. So I'm going to run it, and as long as b is greater than 20, I get this. Okay. So I can do this is, and just to make it a little, there you go. All right. So again, we have our int b, we have our do statement, do keyword. This is what I want it to do. I want it to print, and then I want it to decrement and do this while b is less than 10. Okay. All right, so that's our loops for today. And you also got a little insight into this string extrapolation here. This is a very nice feature of Flutter. Other programming languages make you do things like, instead of doing that, you'd have to do this, then you have to do plus, a space here, and then another plus, and then put b right there. In this case, I might have to do it anyways, because, or in this case, toString, call the toString function, and it's just a lot easier to do it the way we had it earlier, and just leave it in there and just do our string extrapolation. I think if it's not a function, you don't have to do the curly braces. Yeah, run. All right, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.